it all started when in the downturn of the economy 5, 6 years ago, we both lost our jobs, my wife and myself. I had to sell two properties. It was difficult. We are oil and gas people, my wife and myself, and that's what we've been doing for years. So unfortunately, I had to use credit cards to come up to meet our basic needs. It took me 7 months to get my first job after I lost from the first one at the downtown, and it was only me. My wife, she couldn't find a job, and that income was significantly lower than what I had before. Yes, and we also had two very young children at the time. One was newborn, and
Wow.
the other one was in daycare stage. It was tough. We had to sell two properties. We went back to renting.
What were the circumstances that brought you to Way Forward?
Basically, after we had a conversation with one of the financial institutions, as I was trying to negotiate some payments, credit cards that we got with them, they noticed that we were struggling to keep up with the payments. They suggested that we could Way Forward. At the time, we didn't know anything about this company. So I thought, well, why not? And I visited the web page and I thought, this is exactly what I was after. A mechanism for us to consolidate everything into one single payment, one, and two, trying to find a way to reduce the payments somehow. And the other factor is that it's not all on me, because you also have to do, guys, a very important part in this process, which is the communication for each institution. I had probably 17 different financial institutions, so we're talking about a lot of data. It was a team effort, I would say. That made it probably better. There was also a good communication with the representative of Way Forward, so it made it a bit easier.
And what would you do if you were faced with a similar situation where you lost work again or had a reduced income?
I will go straight to counseling, straight to financial counseling. We got a financial planner working with us all the time, but the communication was not very good after we lost our property. I don't think he was very proactive with us in trying to help us to find more intelligent ways to face the situation. It was only last year when we decided to visit a financial counselor. She was surprised that this guy, he didn't assist us in that particular manner, in a way that for her was probably 1 hour session. She put a plan in place for us and she helped us. But I understood then that by having a financial counselor alongside with you, it helps because it will give you a different perspective when you're in situations like this. You see, instead of you trying to figure it out by yourself, it's probably better to go to a financial counselor straight away.
And how are you guys going now with your repayment plan and paying off your debts?
Much better. It's more comfortable having to pay just once a month. We're paying less than before, a little bit less, because simply we're not paying interest, we're not paying fees or anything like that. Sometimes it feels a bit overwhelming. You have to speak up straight away because the bank, unfortunately, they can wait a little bit, but it's an obligation. I feel like at least, we're paying. My salary is fine to cover that. And the best part probably is that we got a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
We know that it's going to be only 5 years, and it will be less. We want to finish with this as soon as possible.